Thank you. Our next speaker is Brandy Zink.
Good evening, esteemed members of the council. Thank you. My name is Brandy Zink. I'm a legal medical cannabis patient residing in Detroit, Michigan. While from the outward appearances I may not appear to be ill, I am an epilepsy patient and an ovarian cancer survivor. Medical cannabis is the therapy that my doctor recommends and the one that works for me. I urge you to consider an alternative to a moratorium and instead enact legislation to permit and license medical cannabis dispensing collectives. I also speak to you before you as an Americans for Safe Access ambassador. Americans for Safe Access is the nation's largest organization of patients, medical professionals, scientists, and concerned citizens promoting safe and legal access to cannabis for therapeutic use and research. And Arbor has a long and well-known history of tolerance towards cannabis consumers. We have peacefully existed as contributing members of society within this community for a very, very long time. Surely there is not a new threat to the health, safety, and welfare of its citizens from medical marijuana patients or caregivers. This new ordinance is all but guaranteed to have a disastrous impact on Ann Arbor and the surrounding areas. A moratorium places unnecessary burdens upon the sick, ill, injured, and dying who depend upon safe access to their doctor-recommended medicine. A moratorium benefits no one and harms many. By imposing zoning laws on medical cannabis businesses that are stricter than those for gun dealers, adult entertainment businesses, alcohol vendors, or pharmacies, the city is placing undue burden on thousands of medical marijuana patients whose quality of life may depend on safe and reliable access to their medicine. There's no rational reason to impose stricter regulations on medical cannabis than on liquor stores, which sell a substance that everyone knows is more harmful than marijuana and doesn't require a doctor's permission to purchase. By imposing a medical cannabis moratorium of any type, many legal patients will no doubt have to turn to the criminal market to obtain their medicine. That means that sales taxes won't be paid on those transactions. It will be impossible to monitor the quality of origin of that marijuana, and the typical turf wars and crime associated with black markets will become more prevalent in surrounding communities. Even in terms of simple economics, closing these businesses makes entirely no sense. Why, in the midst of a recession, in a region already plagued by economic stagnation, would anyone think it's a good idea to shutter legitimate businesses that employ residents and contribute potentially millions in tax revenue? Ann Arbor ought to consider imposing a licensing fee rather than a moratorium on medical cannabis. More empty storefronts are not the solution to Michigan's financial woes. Moreover, it is morally corrupt to deny patients access to their doctor-recommended medicine. This is about health care, not politics. Local government has no right to limit the abilities for patients and caregivers who lawfully participate in the state's medical marijuana program. Let me repeat that. Local government has no right.
Thank you.